Hey, welcome to the InNOLEvation Mindset Podcast, powered by the Jim Moran College of Entrepreneurship. I am Mark McNeese, your host, and you may recognize that this is different intro music than we are used to. That is because we have the man, the legend, the hip-hop star, the rapper, Ash, in studio. Listen to it a little bit before we go over to him. All right, Ash, join in. Come on, drop some links. All right. So,
what's up, y'all? What's up?
So, how you doing? Thanks for letting us play a little bit of your music, and I'm so excited to have you in here. So, tell us a little bit about your musical journey and how you started, how long you've been doing it, and things like that.
All right. So, what's up, everybody? I go by Ash on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, YouTube, you name it. I go by Ash, all platforms. That's where you can hear me at, for real. But what started the music? I felt like I could be a rapper when I was younger. I'm not even gonna lie, like at least an artist or like something in that sort. Like growing up, I did theater, so like I was doing like little plays, like 7th, 6th grade. What else? I did like choir, so like music has kind of like always been around. Really, I would say. I didn't get serious though till I got older, for real.
Okay.
About like high school.
So how long have you been laying tracks and actually recording, putting your art out there in the world?
Only for a year and a half now. So my first song dropped when I turned 19 or 20, I believe. 19. And I went to the studio out here. When I first got to Tallahassee, it was one of those things like my apologies. Let me take you a little bit back.
All right, dude.
So, look, my first song I ever like sat down and wrote and was like, all right, okay, this is something. It was during COVID. So 2019, 2020, like I was in the house playing Grand Theft Auto, and I had made a little rap on my phone in the Notes app, and I recorded it on like voice memos, and I showed my friends and stuff, and they're like, okay, it's cool, but like, you rapping about stuff like that's not you, like it's not you know what I'm saying? So I took the constructive criticism and just like after I heard that, I was like, nah, because like what I'm saying is hard, like it makes sense to me. So it's like there's no way somebody could listen to my music and just be like, nah, bro, like that's not you. I don't want to hear it no more. I didn't like that feeling, so it was just like, okay, let's twist it, rap about what's going on in like my actual life, but make it sound fly, make it sound cool, make it relatable, you know. So it's kind of
that's hilarious. It's an old movie. You may not know it. Do you know the movie CB4?
Nah.
Okay, here's your homework assignment. You got to watch CB4. So right. Chris Rock is, you know who Chris Rock is?
Yes.
Chris Rock is the star of it, and the whole premise is Chris Rock and his buddies are trying to make it up in the world as rappers and everything, and nothing's hitting. They're trying all these different things, and then they finally land on gangster rap, and they basically mimic after NWA. And just like their journey, and like they're trying to be all hard out there, and then like real gangsters get after them and everything. I'm not going to tell you the end. You got to watch the movie, but you would absolutely love it. You would totally thank me. So
right, that's a bet. I'm gonna go watch it later.
Yeah, you got to. It is a fun movie. Don't watch it with your mom though.
Nah, my mom and I out here. We good.
All right, good.
We good.
So I've listened to, I think, all, if not most of the stuff that you've put out, and it's excellent. It's really great.
I gotta send you some unreleased now.
Yeah.
At this point.
So, I'm following you on Spotify. I'm following you on TikTok and your videos and everything. And we're grabbing some of the music off of TikTok today. His handle is NW Bash on TikTok, and he has a lot of music on there. Let's talk a little bit about it. Let me play a little bit of this song, and why don't you tell us about, where it came from. That sound like fun?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So let me.
I don't know the song though. So like.
You don't know the song?
No, like I'm saying, I don't know what song you about to choose.
Oh well,
so
you'll know it. Okay, let's listen to a couple of. All right, what's this song about and where'd it come from?
All right, so honestly, this song is called New Wave, and it's off my tape Built to Last that I just dropped. I dropped the 7-song tape, I believe, and this song was like number 5. It's one of my favorites. It grew on me. Thank you. It's one of my favorites. Like it grew on me. I feel like me and Gabe that's my my homeboy. So we had made a couple songs before, but they just were not like, they weren't hitting, or they didn't have that effect like that we wanted, I guess. So I was like, bro, like get on this tape. I'm about to drop a tape. Like you haven't like introduced yourself as an artist like that. Like I want you on here like to express new wave. Like we have a clothing brand called New Wave Boys. So making a song called New Wave was just easy. We took the little slogan we always say when we record like videos of our customers. We'd be like, hey, what's that? They'd be like, this, that new wave. So what better way to incorporate this, that new wave, put it in a song. We could always come back to it. Like it was just something to like remember for real. So I feel like that song needed to be done.
Yeah, it definitely needed to be put out in the universe. It's great.
So that was just like one of those things.
So the beat's fantastic. How are you coming up with the beats, and what's the process like of that?
So honestly, like mainly all my beats is like free. Okay. If they're not from YouTube, or like I don't buy them off the links that be in like YouTube, I'm gonna probably just like hit up somebody that's making beats, like, and they'll send it to me. I literally just pick a beat. Like I feel like if I like it, or it might be like a sample or something that of an older song that I might like. If I like it, it makes sense, it's free, or either I like gotta pay a little something for it. Like I just get the beat. But
all right, yeah, it sounds good.
Oh yeah, I feel the pressure, but
you got all bunch of got money in your hands. All right, I'm switching over to you.
I made it, and they seeing it. I switched up. Are you cool? Yeah, but this song, honestly, I love this song. Like I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it was so cool.
Yeah, tell me about
it. This song just means a lot because, like, I mentioned my brother in that song, so it's just like anything pertaining to him, just like always, just like makes sense for me. And I feel like it was a very easy kind of like recording process. Every time I record a song, I'm probably going through something. Like I'm not ever gonna lie, like I'm probably going through something. So
what was going on then?
On this song, I feel like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it was a lot of I don't really know how to say it. Just like I was just dealing with like girl problems, man, like the typical girl problems, real life. So when I get to like go in the booth or like go in the studio and make a song based off of like what's been going on, and it comes out how I wanted to come out, I'm always like surprised or shocked, but it means a lot.
Do me a favor and type you into Spotify. I can't seem to find it real quick. All right, cool. Thank you.
Got you.
Right at the top there. Wait, I'm not. Oh, geez, I thought I was following you.
You was following the wrong person.
I was following the wrong person. All right, okay. I actually really like this song. We played this one in as a walk-in to our class. So let's check that out.
Oh, I like this song a lot. Ain't know what the fuck going on.
All right, I see you, Will.
It's good.
I took my time with this one.
I'm just talking my shit on this one. I'm gonna go hard every time. Fuck doing it twice, that ain't enough. And stay putting it in their face. I dare nigga to call my bluff. Niggas playing like they big dog.
We don't walk around neck and toe. We just get into some money, counting up like hella bugs.
Off the Casa, she turned up, she said I'm fly.
Said you too.
All right, love it. So what's going on? What's going on here?
All right, so that's my song called Go Hard. Honestly, I love that song the most. I could play that song over and over again because it's like it's that motivation like I be needing, like just to like hear myself, like reassure myself, I guess. When I made that song though, I think that was my first song I ever dropped for real. No, it was one more, but this was like my first song I dropped for real. Like I was able to like promo, you know? So I knew I had to go in there and just like snap. I had already wrote the song before going to the studio too. So it was a real easy like transition in the studio. I think I was only in there for like an hour maybe.
Okay.
And I was able to do like 3 songs in that time period. So I recorded 2 other songs that same night. And honestly, like I just needed something like boost me. Like I'm gonna go hard every time. Like we get money. Like we not worried about like the drama or looking tough or acting cool. Like it's none of that. Like I go to school, I make money.
Yeah.
I like to rap. And that's really like the issue I'm trying to push. Like I'm not trying to push like a whole violence narrative or be something I'm not. And that's where I went back to like I made a first song and it was somebody like that wasn't me. So being able to just like convey exactly how I feel and say exactly like what it is or like what's going on and not have to fabricate or anything like that, it just makes like the music to me feel so much more empowering and just like more like official, I guess. It just like that was really the process behind Go Hard. Like I'm not gonna lie. So it's just like go hard, like make it your best, be the best.
So let me ask you a question then. So Eminem has the persona Slim Shady.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you view that? Because he's got this persona. Everybody knows it's a persona. What's your thoughts on that type of storytelling, I guess?
I like it. And the reason I like it is because I feel like a lot of artists have I feel like a lot of artists, I wouldn't say like personalities, like they have like a personality disorder or something like that, but I'm just saying like I feel like they have a lot of alter egos. When I'm rapping, it's like I go by Ash, or I guess we could still use like the Slim Shady, like when Slim Shady is Slim Shady and when he's Eminem, like we have this businessman side of him, and then we have this Slim Shady side of him that he's talking about in his raps. I feel like you need that. You're an artist, you're a brand, but you also have to be able to separate your brand from art and the music. So when I come out and I'm like, I go by Ash and I'm rapping, like Ash is, that's Ash. Like he's fun, fun to be around. Like he's turned, like he's having fun. He's just like he's being Ash. And then like when I'm Ashton, it's like, all right, this is Ashton Coulson on their New Wave Boys, split it up. So like I like the whole like I can be 2 things, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that. So it's like I can understand like as far as like the other artists with all their alter egos and stuff like that. Like I definitely like get where that's coming from. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm a gentleman for real. But
no, you
my
are.
Music, you probably wouldn't think I'm a gentleman. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
So it's
I
just
gotcha.
like it's just like that. Honestly.
No, I know you as a student and just hanging around and stuff like that. And then I listen to some of your lyrics. I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. But I think that. I mean, I think you're right. There's a lot of artists who have different personas, and Johnny Cash was one. I mean, he talks about shooting a man in Reno just to watch him die. He never shot a guy in Reno just to watch him die. He's telling a story, right? Yeah, and everything. He's writing a song about Grand Theft Auto and just that persona. That'd be kind of hard.
I gotta listen to Johnny Cash.
You got to listen to Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash is the original gangster. He's awesome.
I feel like he was just a little bit before my time. So
yeah, he's before my time too. So
okay, then that's real.
Yeah, he's definitely he's back in the day, but it's great roots. So talking about back in the day, so I grew up in the late 80s, early 90s in LA, Los Angeles, and that's kind of one of the birthplaces of gangster rap. You know, we had actually NWA actually recorded, and their song F the Police, actually that instance happened in the city next to where I lived and everything. And great influence, Beastie Boys coming up, not that they're gangster rap, but they're, you know, kind of original. And then, you know, you have Snoop Dogg and gosh, Eminem and oh gosh,
E40.
One of my favorite, LL Cool J, and I actually got to meet LL. Actually, one of the
where you met him at?
at a show. I was a bouncer at a concert hall, and I got to meet him. So one of the coolest experiences that I saw the Beastie Boys when they first came to LA, and nobody knew it, but Run DMC came out and did a few songs too, which was really, really cool.
I'm not even gonna lie, like I was just gonna say, like during the 80s, 90s, I feel like the time in LA was the time to be. Like, I'm not gonna hold you, so I feel like you was having a lot of fun out there.
The shows were amazing. There was so much musical energy happening, and there was so much like stuff coming out about the LAPD and how they were, well, I mean, basically had institutionalized racism, and NWA really came out and was putting a voice to what was going on to a whole group of people that didn't have a voice before. And it was interesting for basically a suburban white guy, you know, kid growing up and being exposed to kind of like this whole different life and experience, and then just being blown away by like black men saying the N-word in their music and saying F the police, and the police, like, it was a wild time. And, you know, we had the LA riots, you know, through there, and I worked in Carson, but was right next to Compton. So I kind of drove through that. I was there every single day, and it was just amazing. In fact, when the riots were happening,
Mark said he was in the trenches.
When the riots were happening, there was like all around my work, there was things burning and fire. It was crazy times, you know. It was dangerous times, but I think a lot of it, you know, a lot of that needed to be exposed, and it got exposed kind of how it got exposed through art, right? And that was really, really important, you know. And I think history shows that art gives voice to people who don't have the power a lot of times, and that's a really important thing.
And that's honestly, that's really why I like rapping or like making music, because we live in a country, it's free speech, bro. Like, I can say whatever I want.
You can say whatever you want.
So being able to do that, like, I don't know, like, I guess like younger me, I'm not even gonna lie, like younger me was very like combative, argumentative, like always, because like I felt like I had to get my point across, or like what I have to say needs to be said. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like growing up and maturing, obviously it's like everything doesn't need to be said. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to do any of that. So now that I'm able to just like casually go in the studio and rap, and I can say whatever, and you can feel how you want to feel, but like you can't do nothing about that. So it's like me being able to express my art and express what's going on, like that's so lit. Like, it's lit for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, being able to just do it is like fun for me. So having that voice is like definitely needed it. I feel like I got something to say. I'm going to the mic for real.
Right on. So in my day, you know, we had the West Coast, East Coast rivalries. We had Biggie and Tupac and all that going on. And then, you know, today we have Kendrick Lamar and Drake and everything. So what's your thoughts on that? That's a very kind of rap, hip hop kind of cultural thing. What do you think about the beefing and the diss tapes and everything? Honestly, like what's your thoughts on it?
So honestly, the beefing is dangerous. I Unless it's about like anything serious, like for real, the whole beefing is dangerous. The whole diss tracks, I'm all for it. I feel like if you're an artist, you got something to say. We're not arguing on social media. It's nothing like that. Like, get in the mic, make a diss track. I don't care. And I feel like there's no rules in the diss track either. So it's like a diss track is a diss track. It's either good or it's bad. We're tossing it or we're going to replay it over and over again. When it comes to like the whole Drake and Kendrick beef, I don't really know what that was about. I didn't really keep up with that. Yeah. The whole Big and Pac, I mean, that was old, but like I feel like it was just a whole like beef thing. It's all politics.
People died in that one.
People died in that. So it was like, that's what I'm saying. Like that whole beef thing is just like dangerous. Like we're not beefing. We can make like little diss tracks. We'll do whatever. But as an artist, like you're an artist, I'm an artist, respect it. You know, it's something like that. But all that beefing about personal stuff, like it's really.
Right on. So let's talk about your development and growth as an entrepreneur and just building the business. And I mean, it's art, but it's also a business. You got to make money and things like that. Are you doing live shows yet?
No. So this is a thing. Like I honestly, like I said, I dropped my first song about a year ago. Mm-hmm. That was the first song on like all platforms. So after I had dropped that song, I decided like, okay, I'm gonna get like really serious about my art because I had just got on my distro kit. Mm-hmm. So when I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get serious, I dropped the song and kept dropping after that. But I never really like, I'm not like full mode, like artist mode.
Do you want to get there?
Obviously, like I definitely want to be there 100%. But it's just like you said, like balancing my school life, and balancing my work life on the brand. Trying to combine it all has really just been like the hardest part, I would say. Mm-hmm. But it's also been the most like enjoyable because it's like when I'm rapping or I'm making like a little trailer or video or something like that for promo or like for my social media accounts, I could wear, like the clothing brand. Right. Brings back in like the entrepreneur aspect to where it's like I'm also promoting my clothes, but I'm promoting my music at the same time, things like that. So that's been like my biggest tie-in. But hopefully this year though, we gonna set up a show or something. I'm gonna definitely have a show out here. I'm not gonna lie, like it just hasn't like came up for real.
All right,
well, that's not gonna lie.
So for emerging artists like yourself, and you're putting content out, you're putting really good content out, but it's hard to get noticed. At what point do you start monetizing? Like, you're on Spotify. Are you making any money from Spotify? Do you have to hit a certain level to make it Spotify?
So you do have to hit a certain level, and that's on all streaming platforms before you could really start like bringing in like what you want, 100%. Now, I'm definitely upcoming artist. I'm not the biggest yet, but upcoming artist.
Okay.
And I feel like when that time comes, like it'll come. But like right now, it's kind of just something I'm doing because I genuinely enjoy music.
No, it's great.
I'm not looking for like the return, like obviously like just yet, but I'm putting it out there because I like music. My friends enjoy hearing my music. Mm-hmm. People enjoy hearing my music, just like the random ones. So it's like I don't really have no reason to just. Yeah.
So I was just wondering. So at what point do you know what point like you start making money from Spotify? Like, is it like how many monthly listeners or is it per stream? How does that work?
I'm not sure. I believe it's like my first I believe it's your first 1,000 plays on a single song. Now I've reached like 1,000 plays like overall, but as far as like one song specifically hitting that 1,000 marker, like that hasn't happened for me yet. So when it does though, like then I could cash out on my accounts. But right now,
all right. Well, we want everybody listening to go to Spotify and listen to subscribe or follow. I go by Ash with the money sign and listen to Go Hard and share it with your friends. So
Honestly, that might be the first one to 1,000.
yeah, it's your number. I don't know if it says popular and it's your number one popular song, at least according to
It's
Spotify.
just the most streamed right now, so it might be. I
Yeah.
think the numbers right now, they're like, I think I'm at like 500 on Go Hard right now.
All right.
So 500 more.
500 more. Let's
cap.
do it. We'll get
cap.
we'll get our podcast audience out there. Okay, I gotta play this song because of the title, and I'm really hoping it's what I think it is. Okay.
Wait. Oh my God. I love this song. I had to go crazy. Don't know what the fuck.
So this song is called No Diddy.
I need the baddest bitch.
Here we go. Let's listen to a little bit of it.
Your big sister, I heard that you ain't shit and don't got a job. And on God, she bad as fuck. So you know that you're
Touch my
one
heart.
type of nigga to pick a bitch and uplift the spirit like I'm Kurt Franklin. In the vid, we packed it out with hella vibes on, bro. We swinging. I don't see no nigga bigger, no Diddy. I'm big as this shit gay. Old ass niggas that stay on dick, the type of niggas that
Make me sick.
Big like truck like I'm Obama. This ain't down to racial
All right.
flag. Stand for something, nigga.
All right. So the songs named are called No Diddy. Tell
No
us about
Diddy.
it.
No Diddy. No Diddy.
Like Diddy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
come on.
So-
Tell us about the song.
So
What
basically,
made? Why'd you write a song? No Diddy.
all right. So like, no Diddy is just like a little catchphrase or a little saying, I guess, that people just took and ran with.
Okay.
I guess when his little situation happened,
Little situation. Yeah.
big whatever you want to call it.
We can call it little, but
yeah. Whenever his situation happened, but everybody was just saying no Diddy, like, and you could take it one way, but I took it as like no Diddy, like I'm not lying, like no cap, you heard of that, like no cap, like so no Diddy, like I'm not lying, this is all facts, real truth, like no Diddy, like I don't see no bigger, no Diddy, don't be old and hating, no Diddy, I hate that.
All right, I got it.
Something like that,
I love that back bell part of that kind of the gong kind of gong.
Yeah, it was just hitting like I'm talking.
Gong. Man, that's hard. That's
I went in
good.
the studio, man. I went in the studio, bro, and the engineer had just like played it, and at first I was nervous, bro. Like I was like, this is not sounding right. Like I was irritated because I had just booked an hour and it was expensive.
Yeah.
The studio is so expensive, bro. Like I booked the hour and I'm like, this is not working. Like what can I like? How can I? What do I do? But I struggled a little bit, but I ended up getting it though. Like No Diddy is actually one of my favorites too. Out the tape, no cap.
All right. So in the world of social media, it's really easy to put out the content. It's not easy to create it, but once it's created, it's easy to get it out there in the world. How do you get noticed? Like, what do you have a strategy? Are you just hoping that the right person sees it and shares it? How does that work? Like how do you go from where you are to where you want to be?
Honestly, just putting it out there for the right person to see it. I feel like you can't really force your issue on anybody. I feel like it more so has to happen naturally. Like obviously, you could pay for all the ads and all the promos that social media gives you, but I'm gonna be honest, like 9 times out of 10, they run that little ad for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
You see it on your screen and now you're scrolling. And then on top of that, those social media platforms let your audience know it's a paid advertisement. So it takes away like that whole organic effect, like whether somebody really is like messing with your content or your music or like what you're posting. So just honestly keep it a chance. Keep posting. Use your hashtags. That way it can like outreach to a bigger audience, wider audience. Definitely use your hashtags. I would say hashtags like carry a lot of followings for real. So if like you feel like you're an artist, hashtag new music or hashtag underground sound. Yeah. Little things like that fit in your niche, and then it'll also help you find your people in your community.
Right on.
So being able to do that, and especially finding your community. Like if you can do that, bro, you got it. Not even gonna lie. If you have people behind you that's like, I don't care what it is you're doing, I'm supporting you regardless. Like you got that. So
nice.
I would just say keep putting it out there, because when the right person does see it, it doesn't even matter who don't like it at that point.
And I think this is right. I think TikTok on one of my posts recommended one of your songs for background. Did you upload it for like people to use your music?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's the reason why I put all of my like sounds on my social media or like on my TikTok, because it's not that I'm just like putting it up there for me to post it, but like you could use my sound.
Right. Yeah. Else. I was like shocked. I was like, oh wow.
Yeah.
That's super cool. So if I use your music for one of my posts, does it notify you?
Nah. I would just have to go on the page and then like go to the sound and I'll see it. Like it's been a couple of times.
I'd message you.
Yeah. I feel like you would though.
I totally would.
I feel like yeah, it's only been a couple of times where I just like go check the sound. I'm like, oh, somebody just posted a random little video to my sound. It's never been nothing crazy, because another thing too, like I haven't paid for promo yet or nothing of that sort. So like everything I have going on right now is organic. So it's just like I could appreciate it more, because I've never like, it doesn't make me feel good when like I don't feel like you're actually listening. Like are you gonna actually listen, or are you like, I'm not, it don't make me feel good. So when I get to the whole promo and like get my stuff on like other pages, I definitely feel like I would see a better like outcome and numbers when it comes to my music. But for right now, like I'm okay with like building organically.
Nice. No, that's the way to do it.
I respect it a lot more.
It probably actually, if I used your music on one of my posts, it'd probably hurt you.
I don't know though.
Who knows? Maybe it'd get you.
You might find some like volleyball, beach volleyball goers that actually like your video.
Yeah.
You feel me? And then they were like, bro, that song is tight. Like,
yeah.
Where you got it from?
All right.
So I don't know.
So I like it. So unpack for us kind of from now to say the next few years. Like, are you just going to go with the flow, or are you like, I know you got dreams and everything. What's it look like? Let me rephrase the question. What does, like, if we sit down again in 3 years, where do you want to be? What's success for you in this venture?
So success for me in this venture in the next 3 years, I want to have a viral song. Like, I feel like I could say like I want to be like number one on the charts, or like the biggest like artist in the world in the next 3 years, which I believe could happen. Not gonna lie, not gonna hold you, but I really want to have like at least one viral song in the next 3 years. But I want my clothing brand and to be huge by then, though.
Okay.
Like my clothing brand has to be like huge by then. I'm not gonna hold you. It does. I see myself seriously taking my music serious. At the moment, as a student and a small business owner, like trying to grow, it gets really hard trying to like be like, oh my gosh, I'm so passionate about my hobby, but I want everybody else to take me serious along with it, and I'm not just like making music just because it's not bringing me a return. Eventually, once I'm definitely going to be in my career path in the next 3 years. I don't care. I'm going to be there. So whatever kind of like stability comes after that, then it's like I could go 100% all in on like my hobby and what it is that I got going on. But I definitely need a viral song in the next 3 years, and I need my clothing brand to be in a warehouse. No cap. Like, that's the biggest thing. If I could move all my inventory from these clothes into a big warehouse and know I'm straight, the music's gonna be good. Like,
all right,
music's gonna be good.
Well, cool. Well, Ash, I appreciate you coming in. It's always fun talking to you. And hey, your homework is to watch CB4
Yes.
and get back to me on it. you're gonna thank me. You're gonna go like, I can't believe McNeese turned me on to this. How did I even live without watching this
Chris
movie?
Rock was in it. I'm surprised like I haven't seen it already. I've seen so many movies with Chris Rock already.
I personally think that it's one of my favorite movies. It is so funny and it holds up to the test of time. And actually, right now, it's probably even more funny if you go back and watch it. Just
like than Rush Hour.
Yeah, I think so.
Right, Rush Hour is that one. I ain't gonna lie,
Rush Hour is great, but I think CB4 is this classic that never really hit it big. But I think it's so funny and it's so well written and the acting is so good and there's just so many like fall out of your chair funny moments in it. So CB4, I'm gonna hold you to it. You need to watch that movie.
I got you.
All right, so we're gonna go out listening to, well, let's listen a little bit to New Wave.
Wait.
No? Which one do you want?
I got some unreleased. I'm about to drop soon, man. Stop that. Hold on. I feel like you'll like this more. Not gonna lie.
Well, how are we going to play it? You're not connected to my soundboard.
Oh, that phone's on the soundboard.
Yeah.
All right. Never mind.
So, all right. What song should we go out on? New Wave, Go Hard, Intro, No Diddy, Ain't Sacred of None, Come
Wave.
Outside.
New Wave.
New Wave? That's
New Wave. That's the one.
That's the one? All right. So if you like this episode, be sure to subscribe and give it a like and drop a comment. And be sure to check out Ash on Spotify and on TikTok. And let's listen to a little bit of this music as we go out. Ooh, man, it's good. It's good.
Yeah. I like going Pilato Jack.